Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Canelo, choose one, please.
Guys, we gotta go. We don't.
Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? It's just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart guy. He's better.
Terence Bud Crawford.
Terence Bud Crawford, the undisputed pound-for-pound king, is drawing a line in the sand. He has been clear and direct in his challenge to Floyd Mayweather, confirming that he is willing to put his perfect record on the line. Crawford is at the absolute peak of his powers and has no interest in an exhibition. He is calling for a real fight.
He said afterwards, "You are better than Floyd Mayweather."
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
When you heard that, what did you think?
I just was like, well, you know, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know. I don't go off of that.
The talk of a fight between Terence and Floyd Money Mayweather has been ignited by a single rumor.
The talk of a fight between Terence Crawford and Floyd Money Mayweather was ignited by a single rumor. A demand that could force Mayweather to risk the one thing he values more than money: his perfect, unblemished legacy. The boxing world was turned on its head the night Crawford stepped into the ring against Saul Canelo Alvarez. This was the moment Crawford had been waiting for, the culmination of a long, frustrating journey in which he was often labeled the most avoided man in the sport.
Mike got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
That journey was so difficult that Crawford later admitted he was on the verge of retiring entirely if the legacy-defining fight against Errol Spence Jr. had failed to materialize.
Fight against Errol Spence didn't materialize.
Fight happened. If not, then, you know, it just be one of those fights that go down in history that didn't happen. You know, it's numerous of fights that didn't happen. Do I want the fight? Absolutely, yes. Have I tried to make the fight? Absolutely, yes. Do I want the fight after this fight? Absolutely, yes. Like, of course, you know, but if it doesn't happen, then it's out of my power. I can't, you know, make the man fight. I can't make the man, you know, go against, you know, what he stands for with his team and all that. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to continue to do what I do.
How was this particular weight cut? Was it a very difficult one, or did you feel at ease with the weight cut?
I mean, it's always difficult, but, you know, like I said, I don't make any excuses.
Instead, on the grandest stage, Crawford proved exactly who he was. He dismantled Canelo Alvarez, becoming the first male boxer of the four-belt era to achieve the historic feat of being undisputed in 3 separate weight divisions.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, Then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship. And then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
The victory cemented Bud Crawford as the pound-for-pound king. But the most shocking moment came after the final bell. During the post-fight press conference, a humbled Canelo Alvarez, a man who had shared the ring with legends, made a stunning declaration.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
The legend of Floyd Mayweather was built on a masterclass in the art of hitting without getting hit. But his identity extends beyond statistics and scorecards. It is built on the carefully crafted brand of TBE, the best ever.
We already know. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just no.
For a man with such an immense ego, how do Canelo's comments land? How does Floyd Mayweather watch Crawford accomplish something he never did, becoming a three-division undisputed champion, and not feel a sense of challenge?
He's told me, I'm not even talking about in the ring. Someone else can have that. He's talking about playing the whole game. Then you have an argument. Playing the business side of it, not getting hit, getting out undefeated, making a ton of money.
This is the same fighter whose career drew criticism from analysts like Max Kellerman for his highly selective matchmaking after leaving the lightweight division. Was it caution, or the work of a brilliant tactician protecting his empire? That question has now taken on a new dimension.
I'm not disputing your story, but I can see the money getting crazy after that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you'll see reports. You mentioned $100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a fight, not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130. Wow. There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year and over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. It's never happened and it won't be.
When there's a percentage split between Floyd and Pacquiao, I'll just say this. On the Monday after the fight, we wired him in advance, and the advance was $100 million. Someone comes to me with a 9-figure check and says, we need your signature in order to release this.
Wow.
And that's when it set in. It's like, wow, we're at a different level.
In a bizarre twist, that same calculated mind recently made a surprising investment in the man viewed as his greatest threat. When Crawford fought Canelo, Floyd quietly placed a $50,000 bet on Bud to win, netting himself $124,000.
They say Floyd did it in 4, but he had a weight stipulation where Canelo couldn't weigh in as a full junior middleweight. I don't count that. That's not a junior middleweight. That's 3 for Floyd.
What do you have to say to that?
I had one fight, and the fight wasn't actually at a catch weight. It was at a catch weight, but it wasn't my idea. Canelo at one particular time thought I was scared of him, that I was afraid. So he said, Floyd don't want to fight me. I'm willing to meet him at 152 pounds or 152 and a half. And me, I called his bluff and said, if you want to do it, let's do it at 152. But after Canelo made the weight, it wasn't like it was a certain clause to where he couldn't gain weight. So after he weighed 152 or 152 and a half, I think he came in like 168 or close to 170.
And actually I came in at probably like
I probably came in at 151 and 150.
It was a classic money move, but it left fans wondering. Was this simply a smart business decision? Or did Mayweather see something in Crawford? A final, irresistible challenge to his own throne. With the fire stoked by Canelo's comments, the boxing world erupted into debate.
Placed a bet, won a lot of money. Congratulations. What are your thoughts? What was your reaction to the fight, Floyd, as you watched Bud and Canelo in there on Saturday?
Oh, it's good for boxing. It was exciting. The best man won.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe.
The hypothetical showdown between a prime Crawford and a prime Mayweather divided experts and fans alike. The deeper you analyze the matchup, the more complex it becomes. For all his brilliance, Mayweather showed brief moments of vulnerability against fast southpaws, most notably in the early rounds against Zab Judah. Crawford isn't just a southpaw, he's a predatory switch hitter, a far more dangerous and adaptable version of that problem.
Crawford, Billy Crawford, even though, fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, was...
But look who he beat.
Undisputed.
Look who he beat. Look who he beat. What he did to Spence and how he did it. That's 3 fights to me. And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few years out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person going forward. They still can beat some fights, but it really put a bruise on them. You didn't see Spence fight yet, did you?
No.
Did you hear him name opponent for him to potentially fight? It's been quiet. You see the weight he gained?
What did you think of Bud's performance last week, man? What did you think of Bud's performance last week?
Man, great. Bud's always been like that. But I would question salary. You know what I'm saying?
You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he's going to fight next.
160, you can see him probably going to 160.
I would end up crazy. He looked at excellent. He looked at excellent.
Sets the stage for a fascinating clash of ring IQs. Mayweather's genius lies in control, risk management, patience, and luring opponents into a defensive web from which there is no escape.
Been a great fighter his whole career. People like Erislandy Lara gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. People like Floyd Mayweather also gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. But Bud is more fierce, more fearsome, and more angrier, and more meaner than both of those guys. So if they showed you the blueprint, Bud gonna go out there and take that blueprint and do even more with it, which is what Bud did. So it was never a question in my mind whether Bud really was going to outbox me. It's just if he could take the punch. And right away he showed, bam, he could take the punch. So I know from that point, if he just slow him down, which he did, he'd be okay. Then late in the fight, what other people still didn't see, late in the fight, Bud started hitting Canelo's body. One of those body shots, I think about the 7th or 8th round, hurt Canelo. I was like, whoa. Bud hit him in the right spot then, and he got Canelo's respect with that too. So Bud fought a very, very awesome fight, fought a beautiful fight, very tactical.
Very controlled.
Yes, it was a beautiful fight for boxing.
It was a beautiful fight. Bud got hit with some shots.
He did. He got
hit with some single shots going out. He's going out and Canelo, if he has you trapped in the corner or along the ropes, it's typically 1 to 2 big shots. You know that if you've watched him.
Yep.
So you could tell Crawford, as he was going out, he knew the one shot was coming, and several times it landed. He even got hit with a 2-piece. I don't remember what round it was, uppercut right hand that Crawford took well. So when you started seeing him absorb the shots, if you're Team Crawford, you don't want him to take that shot. But if you started seeing that, now you know that, okay. And I think that's what gave Crawford the green light to stay there a little bit longer.
He smiled about it.
Yeah. And sometimes that smile can be a lie. And sometimes that smile can mean what I think it meant for Crawford, which is, that's not.
All right, everyone. Stay updated with the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Knockout today and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Don't forget to check out our other videos. Until next time, take care and peace.